Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Oh, sikat tayong mga Pilipino ngayon dito sa Canada. Or rather, may sikat tayong kababayan pala. Yun. May sikat tayong kababayan ngayon sa Canada. Nasa balita ngayon, ba? Yun nga lang, for not so good reasons. Meron pong investigative report itong CBC News na inalabas just today, May 15, 2025. Talking about a Filipino-owned recruitment agency or consultancy agency based in Vancouver, or actually noon based sa Vancouver, mukhang nagsarado na according to this report, na nag-entice sa napakarami nating kababayan mula sa Pilipinas na magpuntang Canada with a promise na meron po siyang trabaho para sa kanila. But it turns out, alam nyo na tong storyang to, walang tunay na trabaho, walang trabahong dumating. Okay, she promised them na meron siyang mga employers na may mga lamiya na ready mag-hire. Pero, wala. Okay? So, many of our kababayans, more than 100 of them, were duped. Yan. Ang kanilang siguro life savings, yung iba, nagbenta pa ng kung ano-ano. We've heard this story so many times. Ayun, goodbye sa kanilang pera. Tens of thousands of dollars ang siningil at meron pang ibang aspeto to. Okay? This agency, it turns out, by the way, nire-recruit niya tong mga taong to o pinapapunta niya ng Canada at that time, nung pwede po pong maghanap ng trabaho ang mga visitor dito. So, dumating pong marami dito naka-visitor visa dahil hoping na parang makasecure sila ng work permit eventually dahil yun nga ang pinangako sa kanila. And at that time, it was still legal to do that. Okay? Ngayon, hindi na po pwede yan. But anyway, so maraming dumating dito naka-visitor visa. Nung wala pang trabaho, alam nyo guys ang nangyari? Pinagtrabaho niya sa kanyang kumpanya, parang call center ang dating sa akin, para mag-recruit muli ng iba pang potential na pagkakakitaan nila all the way from the Philippines. Nakakaloka, di ba? And FYI, pinagtrabaho niya ang mga yon while on visitor status, under the table, paying them wages na napakababa. Okay, walang magawa tong mga taong to dahil iniiwan na nila yung buhay nila sa Pilipinas, sinugal na nila lahat, so ginawa nung ilan po sa kanila. At alam nyo magkano ang kinita ng ahensyang ito according to the CBC News in a span of 9 months. Mahigit 100 daw ang kanyang naging kliyente during that period, tumataginting na 2 million Canadian dollars ang kanyang chinarge. Pero I think dahil pumapayag siguro na kalahati muna ang bayad, ang nakuha daw ay, according to CBC News, $500,000. Ang laki, di ba? Naalala nyo ba po yung at the time, I mean a few years ago, we had kababayans on visitor status protesting in Vancouver, doon po sa Promised Land Consultancy or Agency. Ito po yun. Okay, these are the same people. Alam mo na, nakakaawa talaga yung mga kababayan natin doon. Nandun na nagrarally. I actually vlogged about that a while back. At that time when they were protesting, sobrang init ng usapin tungkol sa immigrants. Diba? So, I actually vlogged about it and I remember saying na yung ginagawa nila, alam mo, yung parang nagko-contribute dun sa spotlight, sa galit, no? Sama ng loob ng mga locals tungkol sa pagdagsa ng mga immigrants dito, di ba? Although I feel for them dahil nawalan nga sila ng pera, di ba? Gusto lang naman nila bawiin ang kanilang pera. So anyway, that protest received different reactions, no? Pero hindi na yung protest na pag-uusapan natin. Now, from that incident, CBC News investigated. Nag-dig deep, kumbaga, sila sa sino ba tong may-ari ng Promised Land. And they even found some photos showing the luxurious lifestyle na meron yung may-ari po ng kumpanya. O sige, sabayan nyo ako panoorin natin itong report na ito. Ito na ha.
Promised Land. We deliver the result.
They were promised a Canadian dream. Many now say the dream was a lie. Victims say they were scammed into thinking they had jobs, then recruiting others into the same trap.
So basically, our job is also to look for other candidates who might be interested to come here in Canada.
Life saving
Yun, isa po yun, no, yung sinabi mo. Siguro kaya nagtatago ng mukha dahil nga pinagtrabaho sila while on visitor status. Ang masaklap dun para mag-recruit ng iba pang maloloko. Imagine that. Ay, naku po. Pag pesensyahan nyo na ako, I will butt in the middle of us watching this.
savings gone.
I felt like I'm never gonna get my money back anymore.
In what this former employee calls a pyramid scheme.
All these documents that they got the clients sign are bogus. It means nothing.
The company? Promised Land Consultancy. The target? Filipinos looking for a better life.
And my kids were excited about the snow. We were about to move to St. John's. That was the plan.
Christian Ray Sualog lives in the Philippines. He's an accountant with 3 kids.
A lot of people here are struggling, to provide for their families.
Last year, a friend reached out with an opportunity in Canada.
It looked legitimate to me because he was my close friend. So I said, okay, I trust you. I don't know the company, but I put my trust in you. So let's talk about this. So that's how I met the Promised Land.
Nakikita niyo yun? Sino nga ba naman ang unang lalapitan ng mga nandito na pinagtatrabaho para mag-recruit? Aba, syempre, yung mga kaibigan nila, yung mga kakilala nila sa Pilipinas. So this agency even ruined relationships, long-standing friendships, di ba? Ano ba yan?
Consultancy.
The promise? Pay 25 grand and the consultancy would do the paperwork, securing Sualog and his family permanent residency in Canada and a job in Newfoundland. He paid half in advance, more than $12,000.
I had to borrow money. I had to use my car as collateral so I can raise the first payment.
Since then, nothing. No job, no refund, no Canada.
Guys, klaruhin natin. This is Lamia for sale, obviously. No? $25,000 ang sinisigil dito sa lalaking to. Hindi man lang nakapunta dito, no? So, baka may ilang magkokomento dyan na, hindi, umasa ka kasi na magiging maganda ang buhay mo. Hindi. He was already told na meron ng trabaho. Yun ang problema dito. Okay? Kaya siya, sumugal dun sa $25,000, although kalahati nga lang ang una niyang ibinigay. So, yun yung difference dito. Meron ng trabaho. Yun ang sabi sa kanila. In fact, yung immigration consultant, yung babae kanina, may pinapakita dong Lamia documents. Ibig sabihin talaga nung kung ganun, merong available dapat. Ready na yung trabaho.
It's heart-shattering. And I barely slept since middle of last year.
Turns out, Sualog and his friend were both caught up in a recruiting scheme run out of Vancouver.
We are the Lachica family. We are now here in Vancouver, Canada.
The Promised Land Consultancy, or PLC, offered an immigration fast track,
Thanks to the help of the Promised Land Consultancy,
handling the paperwork for student visas, work permits, even permanent residency. Online posts targeted the Filipino population.
Hi, I'm Joseph Miranda and I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
Its CEO, Joseph Miranda, a picture of success, showing off cars,
electric car, so beautiful. And look at the interior.
living large, taking trips.
In the beginning, it seemed like
'Di ba? Ang pangit tingnan, no, guys? Ang pangit tingnan. Ano ba 'yan? Samantalang yung kanyang mga niloko living, a miserable life because of what happened.
a promising company.
Rosanna Salida is a licensed immigration consultant. She was hired by the Promised Land Consultancy in March 2024. She saw red flags when she met her co-workers.
After a week, I found out that they have hired tourists half of the people working there are all visitors. And they said that all of them are their clients.
Red flag, because under almost all circumstances, it's illegal for people on a visitor visa to work in Canada. Here's what she figured out was happening. People would pay thousands of dollars to the Promised Land to secure a job. While they were waiting, the consultancy hired some of them to recruit others, even though they were not legally able to work. And she says, as far as she could tell, there were no real jobs.
You can tell
Yeah. Again, she was hired by the firm. At doon nalaman niya na wala talagang trabaho. So the intention really is to just, wala, manloko. Ano pa ba? Makaisa, no?
that the visitors were so shocked that they realized that they've been duped.
On top of that, Salita says the company fraudulently used her signature
See, there's my signature, digital signature that I used.
more than a dozen times.
So all these documents that they got the clients sign are bogus. It means nothing.
After a month on the job, Salita quit. But first, she downloaded all the documents she could. CBC News added up the fees from those contracts and others we obtained. We found in a 9-month period between August 2023 and May 2024, PLC charged more than $2 million in fees to more than 150 people and collected at least $500,000.
Okay, hindi lang clear dito, guys, if lahat no more than 150 daw na clients, sino doon ang hindi nabigyan ng trabaho, o lahat ba yun walang naging trabaho, o baka may ilan na naging successful. Kasi nakita nyo, di ba, meron pa sila mga post daw doon sa kanilang social media pages, thanking Promised Land Consultancy for bringing them to Canada. Because of this, hindi ko na alam kung totoo ba yun, o acting lang ba yun, o baka meron naman po talagang mga nahanapan ng trabaho. Di ba? Ay.
Some may have gotten what they paid for, but not these protesters.
They never delivered on their promise.
Late last year, they gathered outside the Promised Land's Vancouver office demanding refunds.
Tama na! Sobra na! Refund now!
That's where we met Michael. We aren't using his real name. He's worried about repercussions.
Basically, our job is to look for some people who might be interested to come here in Canada as well.
Michael was one of the visitors who paid money for a job he never got and ended up having to recruit others. He lost his life savings and feels guilty for the role he played.
These people are suffering right now because they couldn't get the refund, and for some of them, they tried to reach us to get help, but we couldn't really do anything as well because we couldn't even help ourselves.
CBC News has learned Canada Border Services is investigating Promised Land Consultancy. That agency could recommend criminal charges to prosecutors. That's on top of 15 labor complaints and 11 lawsuits. And the Philippine government itself has put out a warning about the company.
Oh my, di ba? Patong-patong pala na kaso, no? So kung last year pa ito, guys, I'm hoping meron ng development dyan on the side of CBSA. Talagang formal na sanang makasuhan ang agency na ito. Pero alam ko na, unahan ko na yung ilang magko-comment dyan. Ang problema din dito, kahit po makasuhan, medyo mahina no? Yung sanctions ba na ibinibigay sa mga ganito pong uri ng unscrupulous agencies. Sa totoo lang. Parang, hindi ko alam, baka eventually hindi pa ako magugulat kahit maparusahan yan, papatawan lang ng fine, kayang-kayang bayaran dahil ang dami naman nilang nasingil. Later on, baka mag-operate pa ulit, di ba? I hope that's not the case.
We reached out repeatedly to CEO Joseph Miranda and got no response. So we visited the Promised Land's last Vancouver location and found a sheriff's notice on the door.
You see there's a British Columbia Sheriff's Service on the door. It says, "We've made many attempts at contacting you."
We called Joseph Miranda's cell phone, no answer. Others are desperate to get answers too.
This is the bankrupt that I gave it to Joseph. That's worth 10,000.
Lillian Tanoja is fighting to get her money back. She's a personal care worker in Vancouver. She paid $10,000 to the Promised Land Consultancy to secure a student visa for her niece. When nothing came through, she took Joseph Miranda to small claims court.
This is also my first time to go to the small court and file the case. So everything here is just new to me.
After an initial ruling in her favor, she received an e-transfer for $2,000. She's still fighting for the other $8,000.
If somebody there connected to Joseph Miranda,
She even tried to deliver documents in person to Joseph Miranda.
I think anger really drives you to do it. Like you're
Diba? Isipin mo. Kinakatok na nila yung bahay nung may-ari ng firm. Ay.
angry. You really wanted to do, not for yourself, but for everybody.
I despise them. And that still would be an understatement.
Christian Ray Sualog is about to lose his car. He expects it will be seized soon to pay off the debt he took on to pay the Promised Land. The family's days of dreaming of a new life in Newfoundland are over.
We actually know all the roads in St. John's, almost all of them, because we would do street view in Google Maps and show the kids what we're gonna do when we get there. So we just dreamt of going there. I dreamt of providing for my oh my god sorry sorry.
The Promised Land is no longer operating in BC, but they have set up shop in California, still promising a better life in a new land.
Oh, so wala na, nagsarado na dun sa Vancouver. Ngayon daw po ay nasa LA, according. Oh, teka, i-correct ko lang sarili ko. Ina-add ko tong clip na to, ni-record ko to while editing. Okay, so nasabi ko pala LA. No, the person or the agency, according to the CBC report, moved to California. I'm not sure which part of California. So ayun, mga kababayan natin sa California, mag-ingat po kayo. Pero gusto ko rin isingot tong part na to because I forgot to mention something. Alam niyo po ba yung suki nating immigration lawyer na si Lou Dangzalan? So CBC reached out to him about this story. And it looks like he was shown some documents pertaining sa mga transactions po nitong ahensyang ito. At ang sabi nga ni Lou, malakas ang loob nitong may-ari ng Promised Land. Dahil talaga nakasaad doon yung sinacharge niyang fees, the exorbitant fees, which by the way, is illegal. Reminder guys, bawal po maningil ang sino man ng recruitment fees on behalf of any employer or company. Ito yung sabi ni Lou tungkol dyan. Ayun, nakapost din to sa CBC website. Sabi dito, putting illegal recruitment fees in writing takes a lot of courage. So I assume talaga, ayun na nga, nakasulat talaga doon, kung magkano niya sinisingil ng sobra-sobra at bawal.
Most provinces in Canada actually prohibit recovering same fees. So they're basically echoing each other, the federal government and the provincial governments. In the Philippines specifically, there are very strict rules about recovering recruitment fees, and they're very aware of the Canadian immigration system. They're aware of LMIA rules. They're also aware that employers are not supposed to recover this. So the fact that they've done this is that they're kind of like in triple jeopardy. And the fact that they had written this, the LMIA submission as a professional fee that the foreign national has to pay, well, that takes a lot of courage.
Sabi niya, parang ginawang professional fee, yung recruitment fee. And it takes a lot of courage to do that. So yun, sige, babalik ko na kayo sa original recording. Okay, panoorin niyo po ito para maging informed kayo sa history po ng ahensya na yan. Ano pangalan? Joseph Miranda, no? Hindi daw siya mahanap ng CBC News o matunton, hindi makuha ng side. Kung ang CBC News hindi sinagot, sige, asa na lang po tayo, Mr. Miranda. If you would want to be interviewed on this platform, I would be very happy to take your side. Kung meron po kayong paliwanag dito, no? So now, this is the report here today in CBC News. I just saw this on social media. Hindi ko alam kung meron na rin po sa TV, no? Ay, tingnan natin yung comment turned off ang comment section dito. Okay, wala. Kawawa naman yung mga kababayan natin, no? Ang daming niyang mali. Nag-hire ng mga visitor, nagsingil ng katakot-takot na pera para dun sa Lamia. That is bawal po yan. Fraudulent documents, no? Yung sinabi ni immigration consultant, non-existent jobs. Again, paulit-ulit para akong sirang plaka dito. Mag-research po kayo ng matindi bago po kayo magplanong mag-Canada. Okay, life here could be good if you plan it well. And that starts with working with the right people if you do choose to work with somebody. At the end of the day, tayo pa rin po ang magdidesisyon para sa sarili natin. Ang dami na pong available resources to research. Okay, please do that. Yun lang naman. I will end this episode here. Let me know what you guys think, no? Diyan po sa comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.